the ball grinder in full production mode. "10-second cycle time. Automatic from the hopper to the downshoots, to the in-feed cycle, to the retraction, to the discharge, out through the coolant chute. And we have a high-skilled level operator retrieving the balls. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Everything's running really well. You can see the upper motor is the oscillating motor. It's just continuously rotating at a set speed, settable on the screen. That oscillates the regulating wheel housing back and forth in front of the grinding wheel. We're using a 5-slot wheel. It's got the capacity for 6-slot wheel using the 1.4-inch diameter balls or the 35.5 millimeter balls. Below the oscillating motor is the ram motor with a ball screw, and you can see the screw rotating for the rapid retraction, the rapid in, and then the incremental stock removal, which is screen settable for the in-feed rate. We have a ram bed dial indicator for the position control to observe. We use that when we're making size compensations, when we're verifying the setup. There's a digital indicator on the granite bed itself, which is used in setting the position of the ram for the swivel, which would make each of the balls the same size. Chase the taper out of the grind by swiveling that ram. That silver hand wheel on the side, and then the black clamp below the ram bed motor are the setup for making the swivel adjustment. The screens are hard to see through the video, but we have on the servo cycle screen, we have 2 active screens. The top screen is set up to be the in-feed grind screen. That's your main operating screen. From that, you can turn the wheel, the grinding wheel on, select the coolant distribution. You can turn the feeder on, put it into auto or manual cycle. You see the ram bed position as it closes towards 0, and then rapid retracts to the open position. You can set your regulating wheel speed all on this operating screen called in-feed grind. Below it, we have it set to the feeder screen, and you see a model of the screen of the feeder itself and some I/O flashing lights of the mode that it's in, and from that you can also do your setup on this screen for the feeder. The feeder hopper holds 2,000 of these balls at one time. So the feeder hopper has an agitator, and the agitator keeps the balls from cavitating and all of the balls coming down into the near horizontal surface. And the horizontal tray feeds the downshoots. The downshoots have a segregator that operates with each cycle to drop 1 set of balls for each cycle. screen is how you set the ram bed movements. This is how you get your cycle time. From the far right, the position is incremented towards the left, which is the zero closed position. So you have the fully retracted position, and then the load position, and then the coarse grind position, fine grind position, final grind, and then finally the zero position. Below that are the velocities, how you get from point A to point B to C and all the way to the final size, final ram bed position. Spark out control, dwell open control are all on this screen. The jog all axis screen is used for jogging the ram position or making a setup. If you want to retract the ram, to change the blade, change the wheel, jog it back in to make the setup, close the wheels to the zero position. The counter screen gives you several different counters in order to keep track of the machine's progress. There's just a straightforward counter screen where you'll count each time the ram bed cycles. And you can put a stop limit on that where the machine will pause and flash the light, tell you to come back and reset that to zero. Another counter might be the size comp screen counter. Others might be a gauge counter. There's also an auto comp counter, where if you've learned over time, over 10,000 balls, you need to make a size compensation, it can do that automatically. There is an alarm screen, and the alarm screen will keep a log history of any faults that have occurred. It could be a position control, it could be a low fluid level. Whatever it is, it'll be time-stamped and dated on this screen. The user screen is available for you to log in as an administrator or a technician or an operator. You may choose to have limited access to certain screens for the operator, where only a technician or an administrator has full access. So that was your reintroduction to the ball grinder in full automatic mode.